All right. So so I was like checking out your portfolio like online. You do really great work, man. I love your brows. You do really good areolas. Your lips are like flawless. You do really, really great work. So powder brows, ombre brows, is that so what's your jam? Like what's your number one procedure? Like your
And my number one procedure, I mean, what makes the fastest money, I'll say eyebrows,
eyebrow. Is that
couple
your
hours.
favorite though? Money aside, is that your favorite
Money
procedure?
aside, my favorite, I have to say the areola. I think
Areola?
because I'm still challenged at it. That's why I think that's why I'm favoring it more. I'm favoring it more even too, like when it's done, and the husbands that are there watching and they see it done, they can't believe it. They're freaking out because it's like, man, you're like, thank you so much. Can't stop saying thank you.
Yeah.
I think besides money, yeah, areolas, because I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
It's different when you're doing eyebrows. You're used to just doing them all the time, or lips is just another color. But when it's different for the areolas because it's like sometimes you got to try to match it with another one that's a unilateral, and you got to do the bilaterals, and it's just different all the time. And I'm still learning,
Yeah,
still having fun.
it's a different it is different. I think all the work we do is rewarding if our clients love it and it makes them feel attractive and pretty and better about themselves, and all the work we do is rewarding. But the areola is more rewarding, but because they're warriors, right? They're cancer survivors, and so
Yeah,
they walked a path, you know, to even get to our appointment. Imagine what they had to go through to even still be here today and be, in our studio, allowing us to restore what cancer
yeah.
took from them. So to me, it's really deep, rewarding work. I think that is real service right there.
What's
And
crazy too is I barely realized. Like literally, I just had an areola 2 days ago. I just realized. Remember, I was just telling you how God was trying to tell me, like, oh, you do eyebrows. You haven't. I get blessed you with the talent and art, and you don't even use it. And my highlight was eyebrows. Remember, I was telling you
yeah,
that.
yeah,
2 days ago, I realized he wasn't even. That's not what he meant. He was meant like areolas, because I remember being like, man, ain't it amazing? Like Ben Carson when he did a brain surgery. I think there was two kids. What do they call it? Their brains were stuck together. He basically was the first person to ever be able to detach them.
oh yeah,
And
I don't know the technical name. Yeah.
yeah, I forgot the name of it. But yeah, he actually took them apart, the two brains apart. And I thought that was crazy. And I was like, man, that's amazing. And guys, the same way that he's blessed to do that, you artists are blessed to do what y'all doing. And that's when it just hit me. I was like, man, maybe this is what he wanted me to do. Is areola tattoo. And I always thought about doing it, but I didn't, it was just a thought. But once my wife had her surgery and whatever had happened, that's what pushed me into it. That's
Mm.
why I started. There's a backstory to everything we do.
Yeah,
And
of
that's my
course.
backstory. Yeah,
How
my wife
do
ended up.
yeah, I have an off the wall question for you, but so it's women that how has anybody had any like weird comments or been a little uneasy because you're a man working in that area?
No, I
No?
mean I get really good compliments as far as side bed. They say I'm really good side bed. I'm very confident. They say, man, like you're, because like when I'm doing trainings and people are watching, like sometimes they're scared to get on them and kind of get
Yeah.
pressure and get comfortable.
Yeah.
So they say that I do it in a way that makes them comfortable in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
So,
good.
but yeah, it's I get really good. I have really really amazing clients. Constantly referring. I mean, we couldn't do it without them. So yeah, I get a lot of good feedback, and yeah, it's
So
great.
what's your favorite what are your favorite needles? So when we're doing I do areolas. It's so weird. It's like I just booked like 3 in the last week. I don't know. They're usually come in a little bit more sporadic, but like in the last like 7 or 8 days, 3. I mean, 3 3D areolas, clients I just
Awesome.
booked. Yeah, so I got like 3 the month of April that I'm doing. But and so when and none of them have nipples, so with every single one of them I have to create I call it the illusion of protrusion, right?
Yeah.
So we have to create that illusion that there's an actual a nipple there. So we use I use like 3 different needle configurations and
Yeah, I do.
multiple colors. What are your favorite needles for your areola work?
My favorite needle is your needles you get Girlz Ink, right?
Yeah,
There's this.
the OMG needles.
Yeah, I love those needles. I use them specifically for the areola part of it. Not necessarily I could use the ones for the nipple too, but I use honestly, I don't even look at brands, but the one brand I do specifically use is the OMG needle for the 0808 round shader.
Yeah.
Now, if I want the 0814 round shader is pretty good, but sometimes I feel like it's saturating too fast, and I still want to see them back in the touch up, and I want to have room to add if I need to. But the 0808 round shader is amazing. I love the round shader. You know, that needle right there really can give you a nice soft areola look without making it look like, because some people use flat shaders, some people use other ones. You know, I specifically like the round shader.
The round shader.
I'm looking to I'm looking to keep my motion going. I'm looking to keep that nice softness, and it does the best. And like I said, before I did it on anybody, I practiced it first. I learned on latex. I practiced. I checked this needle out. This needle out. So I like that for my areola. I like to use a 20 RL. You know, a 23 RL. I like to use that for more of my details. I like to use a 35 round shader for my underneath my nipple area and around the nipple, sort of.
Yep.
You know. But that's what I use specifically, just those three needles right there. Those three.
Nice.
Yeah, but the 08, I couldn't do it without the OMG, you know, 0808 round shader, 0814 round shader. I couldn't do it without them. If y'all went out of stock on those needles, I'd have to find another freaking brand.
Well, you know,
and it's cute. I love the pink color. Like, that's awesome too. It's cute. It goes with what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's pink, you know.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, when I was developing my needles and my configurations and everything that I wanted in that line, like, I'm a shader girl. I love 8 shaders, 5 shaders, 14 shaders. But I mean, before I came up with the OMG needles, you couldn't find smaller diameters in those configurations. They were all like 0.35 diameters. So I definitely wanted those configurations, but in smaller diameter sizes. So yeah, we get a lot of people really, it almost seems like just the last year, the OMG needles just really have just blown up. I think people had to really use them for a while to appreciate them. And then kind of organically, word of mouth, people posting about them, they just really, really took off. So I'm super grateful.
Yeah, I love the way you branded them, like from the box to the color of it to the little heart on there. Yeah, y'all really designed it. Yeah, y'all designed it really nice. I really like it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So my favorite needle for the areola, the base, the circular part, the base of the areola is I'm in the 9 curved mag. I love that. Yeah, love that. For the nipple, if there's a nipple, I just had to do an areola with an existing nipple. Like her real nipple was there, and I actually had to tattoo it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. It helps you out as far as like making it look 3-dimensional.
No, I know, but I don't like tattooing.
I love when the doctor makes a little mound. I love when they leave a little mound for me. I'm like, cool. Now I could really make that.
You can really make that. I know, but tattooing like a real nipple, not one like a plastic surgeon made. I mean, but her real nipple. Painful. And it's hard. Trying to grab that and get a good stretch and get all.
Yeah.
It's always been a little challenging doing that. And we do a lot of like real areolas, like maybe they lost some coloring. Those are difficult, man. Hard to get a good stretch.
I did one recently. She came from Houston, which is 4.5 hours from Arlington. But I did hers, and she'll be here next Thursday, so I can't wait to see how that healed. So I can, that's the same reason why she had a breast augmentation. And then when they put the nipples back on, they kind of lost color around the edges and they look kind of jagged. Yeah. So I get those clients too that want me to, fix them up. They want them more rounded.
They want them more rounded. And sometimes they end up with like a white scar, around the edge of the areola.
That's another reason why I do mine more rounded. I know some people are like, oh, that's not realistic. Like, real nipples aren't completely perfectly round, but like, I'm like, people come in literally for me to make them round.
No, but well, no, you're right. They're like real areolas on women are not perfectly round, but just about every client I do, they want round.
Yeah, they want perfect.
They want perfectly round. Yeah. I've noticed that too over the years with my clients. So that's awesome. That's great.